Hi, how are you all? I hope you are okay. Today I have come up with another video which will help you for the reading module of ELLT test. Okay, you know that ELLT test has in total there are 4 modules: listening, reading, writing and speaking. I got a lot of messages from students saying that my speaking video was really helpful for them, and a lot of them were able to qualify for the ELLT test, and some of them are in UK right now. All of them have sent mails to my mail ID saying that they are very happy with that. So today I'm going for a video which will help you for your reading test in ELLT. Okay, yeah, so reading is actually for ELLT. There are 2 sessions for reading and it consists of 40 minutes. It's an automated test. You know what is automated test? It means it's automatic. Like you will get only 40 minutes for the reading test. So within this 40 minutes, you have to complete the reading and you have to submit the answers. Okay, there will be 20 to 25 questions, in total. So you'll get around, 1 minute, in between 1 minute and 2 minutes for each question. So you have to plan accordingly and you have to do. One thing, it will be really easy. It will not be that much difficult as far as ELLT reading is concerned. So you just have to focus on the reading part. You should have some ideas regarding the reading part so that you will be able to score well for your reading test. Okay, right. So these are some type of questions. I'll tell you what are some types of questions they are going to ask you. Okay, the first one is matching the heading questions. Like they will give you small paragraphs and you have to search. They will be giving you some headings so that you have to match that particular heading with the paragraph. Okay, so there will be more headings, so it will be a hectic job for you. So what you have to do is that you just have to run through the paragraph, get an understanding regarding the paragraph, what the summary is, and then you search for the heading. You should not go for reading the heading first and then try to match it with the paragraph. Instead, you should read the paragraph first, get a summary regarding the paragraph, and you just go for the heading so that whichever heading you see as the summary that is there in your mind, you can select it as the heading. Okay, right. And there are other tips as well, like read the headings before you read the passage, and there are often more headings than you need, so that you should be careful regarding that. And analyze the headings before trying to match them to sections or paragraphs. Okay, so you should do this thing. So first go through all the headings and all, just make an idea, then read the paragraph, get a summary of the paragraph and run for the headings, and the summary matches with the heading, that will be the heading for the paragraph. Okay, this is the first mod of questions that you can expect for ELLT test, that is called matching heading questions. Okay, right. The next type of questions are called true, false or not given questions. Not given will be there, it will not be given. Okay, so what is true? A statement will be given, and if it is there in the reading material and if it matches with the reading material's subject, then you can say it is true. It is true. Okay, for example, if I say that Paris is the capital of France, Paris is the capital of France, and if it is given in the passage like Paris is the capital of France, it is given, then you can say it is true. Then you can say it is true. And if some other city is given and if it is said that it is the capital of France, you can say it is false. And even if we know that Paris is the capital of France, but it is not given in the paragraph, then it is not true. It is not given. Once again, Paris is the capital of France is there in the question. You know that it is true, but if it is not given in the passage, it is not true, but it becomes not given. Okay, right. So for the tips, I can tell you that understand the meaning of each answer, and yes or true means the same information is found in the passage. True, that is what I mentioned before. No or false means the opposite information is found in the passage. You can say false. And even if it is true, if it is not given in the passage, we can consider it as not given. Okay, paraphrase. You should not always, this is very important, you should not always think about the same sentence given ditto in the paragraph. They can ask you synonyms. Okay, for example, the example that I've mentioned before. For example, Paris is the capital of France. Now they can ask you like, France has a capital named Paris. See, so they can just paraphrase the question. They can just paraphrase the question, or maybe it will be like internet helps for communication, and in the question it will be for the communication purpose, the main assistance is from internet. So they will use synonyms. It's not direct questions, direct sentences. They can use synonyms. So you read the question, understand the meaning, and then you should go for the sentences in paragraph. Okay, and the third one is called multiple choice questions. I'll give you a superb idea regarding how to find these multiple choice question answers. Usually what students do is they will read the question and then they will read all the choices, like multiple choices. Maybe there will be the choices like A, choice B, choice C, choice D. So they will read the question and they will search the answer. Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Is it D? Then the answers will be confusing, because these multiple choice questions always will be designed in such a way that when a student approaches these multiple choice questions with a blank mind, the answers will confusing. So whenever you are going for multiple choice questions in ELLT listening or ELLT reading, what you have to keep in mind is that you should have an answer in mind. You should have a clear-cut answer in mind, and then you have to check whether that answer is there in A, B, C, or D. For example, if I say, suppose this is a reading test, and the question was the most important material in the room, property in the room. Okay, so there is a fan, table, chair, and board, and you know that it is table. Now we have to check whether table is there in the question or not, in the choices or not. Yes, if this table is there, you can tick it. Okay, it should not be like, I don't know much about the answers, but I check for the answers A, B, C, O, D. All these answers will be confusing you. So multiple choice questions are very important for listening and reading in ELLT, where you should have a clear idea, and these multiple choices are like the answer that is there in your mind. If it is there in the multiple choice, you just can tick it instead of going through all the answers and getting the answers. Okay, right. And I'll give you some sample reading. This was a sample reading that was given for ELLT, and it was regarding a zoo conservation program. So you have to read the heading first. Zoo conservation program. So this is the conservation of zoo, maybe conserved by some authorities or maybe by the government. Okay, so the entire passage. So there are much more things when you go through the heading. You will get a clear idea regarding the entire paragraphs when you go through the heading. And once you go through the heading, yes, I got an idea regarding this paragraph is regarding the conservation of zoos. Okay, and it's a program. Okay, and one of London Zoo's recent advertisements caused me some irritation. So patently distorted reality. So you just go through all these things. Now, I'll tell you, there is no need to read the entire paragraph. That will take much of your time. I've seen students making this mistake that whenever they get a reading for ELLT, They read the entire paragraphs and they go for answer. That means you have got only a few minutes for this thing, and there is no need to read the entire paragraphs. So what you have to do is you have to go for the questions first. Read the heading first, get an idea regarding what the matter is, and there is no need to read the entire paragraphs. Instead of that, you just jump to the question, understand the question, and come back. So I'll say, instead of this is a reading session, I can say that this is an answer identification session. The questions will be given and you have to identify the answers from the paragraphs given. For example, I've given you 2-3 examples. True, false, not given. Suppose this is a true, false, not given thing. Okay, I haven't read the paragraph because it is a waste of time. I just read the heading and it was regarding zoo conservation. I got an idea regarding what the paragraph is all about, and then I'm reading the question. Zoos were originally made for entertainment. Okay, zoos were originally made for entertainment. So I come back, entertainment, all the synonyms, I'll think. Okay, now I'll just go through the first paragraph. I cannot see something like advertisements, illustrations, all those things, endangered species. But they haven't mentioned what is the aim of the zoo. And when I come to the second passage, zoos were originally created as places of entertainment. It's given here. Zoos were originally created as places of entertainment. They haven't used the synonyms, but they have given you the direct answer. So you can say zoos were originally created as a place of entertainment. Just check the question. Zoos were originally made for entertainment. Yes, it is true. Okay, right. Now, sorry. All zoos are capable of participating in coordinated conservation programs. All zoos are capable of participating in coordinated conservation programs. Here I got a word, a key word, that is coordinated conservation program. Now what I have to do is, most probably they will not be using synonyms for these type of keywords, coordinated conservation program, because it's a name of a program. So for a name of a program, you can, for example, UNESCO, you cannot give a synonym for WHO or UNESCO. So I'm sure that the coordinated conservation programs is the keyword. So what I have to do is, I have to just check through the answer. I've just run through the answer. These 3 words, coordinated conservation programs, should be there in my mind, and it will be sequential so that I don't have to go before that. I've got the answer from the second paragraph, first line, so I don't have to go for the first paragraph for the answer, so that my answer will be in the second paragraph or third paragraph. I've just gone through the second paragraph. Coordinated conservation program is not there in the second paragraph, and I'll go for the third paragraph. And I've seen, yes, coordinated conservation programs, and I'll just read the question now, the sentence now. Estimates that there are about 10,000 zoos in the world, of which around 1,000 represents a core quality collections capable of participating in coordinated conservation program. That was the keyword. Okay, right, and now see, all zoos are capable of participating in coordinated conservation programs. No, it is false, because out of 10,000 zoos, only thousands were qualified for this thing. So I can say this is false. Okay, right. Now, the third question was, the first zoo was started in 1920. There itself, there is a keyword called 1920. They will not provide some synonyms for 1920. So you can just check whether the year 1920 is there. I'll just run through all these things, but I cannot see this 1920 there. 1920 is not there. 1920, no, 1993 is there. No, 1920. Okay, 1920 is not there. So simply I can say that it is not given. These are some ideas where it is you are able to identify the answers within seconds. Okay, right. So it will be really easy. There will be no complicated questions and all. There will not be complicated words and all. You just go for all these things, and instead of reading the entire paragraph and wasting your time, you just go for the question, understand the question, and then come back for the answers. And most answers will be sequential, means if you get the first question's answer from the first paragraph, third line, then the second question's answer will be after that. That means you don't have to read forward, backward. Okay, it will be after that. It will be sequential. Okay, right? And there are some tips and tricks for this thing. Like, better read the question first and come to the answer. This is what I've mentioned. Second thing is read for identifying the answer and not learn something. So you don't have to reread. You don't have to reread. There is nothing to, there is no exams based on this thing. So it's only for identifying the answer. And if you're not getting the answer of a question, you don't have to get puzzled and spend your time on that. You just move on. You just move on. Maybe you'll get the answers of all other questions. But if you spend more time on the questions where you're not getting the answer, maybe you lose the time. Okay, and time management is really important. So you have to check for the time, and thus you can manage the reading. So whatever I've seen in the reading session, the reading session will be really easy. You just go through all those questions, true, false, not given, match the heading, or fill in the blanks, or all those things, and read the question first, go to the answer. It will be sequential. Check for the synonyms, keywords. That's what I said. Keywords is very important, and this within that particular time you can finish off your reading very easily. Okay, all the best for your ELLT test. Thank you very much.